Hello guys, Pepe here with the NSX again. So what I have done, I removed the VTEC solenoids. It's the right, that's the left, and you can see down there, that's where they go. Way easier to remove this box that I have no idea what it is. I am guessing it's some sort of vacuum related thing. I can't remember, maybe the vacuum accumulator. Is that possible? I think maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yeah, so down there you can see where the oil is. That's where the solenoids go. That's the one on the front bank there. So it's hard to see. Let me see if I can do this better. Yeah, there. That's the one there, and that's the other one there. So I think what happens with this thing is that they leak right here, in this area here, and everywhere there is a bolt. This, I think that the gasket gets crashed and brittle over time because all the bolts are full of oil everywhere. Like if you look at the bolt holes, they're full of oil, and on the back here it's full of oil. So that's my guess, that it leaks from there too. You see, it's full of oil there. Can you see there? There you can see the oil. So same with this one. So yeah, so I got the gasket, this gasket, but I'm waiting for this one. So I'm going, because I'm going to change both. And this thing is pretty solid there. It's like super hard. I tried to remove it. There. Let's see. Yeah. Oop. There. Yep. This thing is still kind of pliable, I guess. It's not super brittle, and the screen is fine, but it's hard. There's no rubber anymore. The other one is thicker than this, of course, and more pliable. So I'm going to clean this up because there is a lot of debris around it, so it has to be very well cleaned. Like you can see, it's full of oil. It has been leaking for a while. So, and then I drain the oil, of course, and then I'm going to change this. I need to wait for this, so I'm going to clean this up, get it ready, clean that area so I can just put it on. Then I'm going to connect all the cables and put that together. Way easier to access over there without this, obviously. So once I have that done, I will wash the engine top to bottom, basically, and then we will see. So the engine is kind of dry here, but it gets really wet down there, so I'm tackle this first because I know it's bad, and then once I wash the engine, then I will look for the other leaks. It doesn't seem to be the valve cover gasket. There is a lot of on the bond and around the gasket. I think that someone changed the cam seals too, although it's not a really good job. I will show you. It's not done really well. Like it wasn't clean. You can see there is on the bond and the cables there. Not the best job in the world, but it doesn't seem to be leaking there. I mean, there is some seepage in, like in that corner, for example. In that corner over there, that corner. But nothing like serious as like all the oil that is down there, right under the solenoid down there, is a pool of oil. And over here you can see the cable. Oops. See, the cable that's connected to the solenoid is full of oil there, and everything under there is full of oil, you see. So once I put the solenoid in, I'm going to actually, maybe I would spray some engine cleaner, degreaser on that area first, then put the solenoid and wash it. That way No, I don't know. I would think about it. I would just clean with a rag very carefully because I don't want debris to go in those holes. So anyhow, so that's it has to be cleaned up, and then I will pressure wash the engine under it because it's just incredibly full of oil. It's just oil everywhere, and then we'll see how it goes. So I will keep you guys updated. I was one correction I had to do. I had to say is that I was measuring the coils, and the coils were, we're measuring like 3.4k ohms, and so I was like, that can't be, because the manual says 0.9 to 1 or 0.8 to 1 ohm. So something was wrong, and actually the battery of my multimeter was wrong. So I charged the battery, and now it's measuring like 1.4 ohms, which is out of spec, but the coils are not at the temperature that they're supposed to be measured, which is 25 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to make sure they are in that temperature, and then I will see. I will measure it again and all the coils and see if one is out of spec. So yeah. So anyhow, so that's a next step. So hopefully the coils are fine. New plugs. I will put that back in. Wash the engine. Put these things on. VTEC solenoids. Wash it all, and hopefully no more leaks. I'm pretty sure there will be some more. And then I got the seals for the vacuum pump, which is going to be next, and the ABS pump. So that will be kind of like the next project, to clean up the pump, because I got a reservoir from the internets, which I have here. I will show you. The reservoir in this car was broken, was cracked, and it get really brittle, and my friend tried to fix it, but a lot of debris went into the reservoir. So the problem with this is that if you try to fix it, you have to take it out of the car first, of course, but they break down here in between these two plugs, and the crack that original the original one is, the crack goes all around here and right where the holes are. So debris goes through those holes, and we close the pump, and the pistons, there's like 4 pistons, I think. So anyhow, so I will be rebuilding it, because I got the EPDM seals, except for 4 that they didn't have the 31 millimeter, which I'm going to see if they have them. I'm going to pick them up tomorrow, and I think that these are one of the 31 millimeter seals, so I'm going to take this on and check if they have those. What's up, guys? Pepe here again with the NSX, this time as a mix. So today I'm working on the Delica, but I wanted to show you something. So this car was in an accident. It's a salvage title. We are here in the wheel well, and so the story goes that the guy that owned this car was a guy that had one of those shops where they do car flips, and they buy salvage cars and they fix them up and all that really badly, and they sell to people. Well, that's kind of like how, that's the story I got. So this car was in an accident where this area here, so this is what I was told. There's no pictures, so it's hard to tell. So this car went under a semi-truck this way. So all of this got crushed, no? In a weird way, because there's damage only on the top, but not on the bottom. But it got hit sideways, no? So it got salvage, totaled, and then they fixed it, and then, they pass inspection and all that. And then you get a re-registered. And then after that, my friend bought it, and I bought it from him. So I'm picky, so I wanted to fix it properly. And there is a bunch of things that you can tell right away that was done badly. You can see here, this is not a straight. It's all bent up, like hammered up, because this got bent. This bends. You look at it weird, and it bends. The welds around this area down here are not the best welds ever. They're actually, you see those chunks there? Those are those are the welds, really bad welds. All this piece here is all bent up. Yeah, so, and the hit seemed to just stop right before the shock tower up there. So I'm guessing that the hood got replaced, this got replaced, this is new, this is the original, there was an aftermarket here, this is new, and this was kind of fixed. And obviously this car is a bit shorter this way than that side. So yesterday I took that out, whatever the wheel well cover thingy, to take a look. I saw this before, so you can see there the frame was straightened at some point, of course, and they weld a piece of aluminum there, and basically they straightened the frame and hammered it out and stuff like that. That weld is, yeah, I mean, not the best, but I think I could have done better. And there is that little hole there, which I'm going to make a little bit bigger so I can put my inspection camera inside. But the rest of the car, I mean, the shape of the bottom, where the sway bar goes and all that, that looks straight. Like the bottom area of the car looks straight. But you can see here where the seam is separated there, and this is a piece. All this piece here is kind of like a triangular piece in a way. It goes like this, like that. That piece is bent. It's hammered out, and is in bad shape. There is a crack here in the back, and there is really bad welds all around this area, and they put a screw there. So all this here, it is out of shape basically. You can see how they heat it up here and they try to strain it. So my friend bought 4 pieces of sheet metal to change both sides because both sides are damaged. So all around, so this piece that goes here and that piece that goes there, he bought those pieces of sheet metal brand new on the original. Took him 3 years to find them. He bought the other side too, and so I'm going to replace that side, those pieces, because the accident was this way. So I'm going to be replacing those 2 pieces over there, which I have in the trunk, so I can't really show you right now. And here I basically need more than those 2 pieces, and I'm going to show you why. So if you look at here, down here, and you look at the back there, you see that the bumper, that piece for the fender is bolted over shims to the piece where that bolt, the rusty nut is. So that means that this piece here, this side piece, basically, let me see if I can leave the light there. So that means that this side piece, this piece here, is wrinkled. I don't know if I don't think that this is original. I think that some of them are original, but not all of them. I think that they didn't straighten this piece down, and so because they didn't do that, now this is all wrinkled up. I think that these wrinkles, some of them are original. I think so, because you can see here this shape, but you see how there is a crack there. Aluminium cracks, it breaks right away. And so this basically what is going to happen is I'm going to have to get this piece here, which I'm trying to source already. So all these pieces here, about here, I need to replace. And I'm going to trying to get this plus this piece down here, because I think the top is all fixed. So that's what I think I'm going to do. So yeah, so that's the damage. These pieces here, they seem to be straight. I will be measuring all that. This definitely bent. This light actually goes up and gets stuck sometimes, so I'm guessing that because this is bent, the whole frame for the light is not really straight. But you can see here, down here, this piece is doesn't seem to be bent. That's actually a regular bent. it goes up and down, it's all bolted. So I think maybe they sourced these other bolted pieces somehow. That's what I'm guessing. But all the bottom of the frame seems to be fine. Of course, there is that repair there. Maybe actually that repair was someone else, like another accident, which I'm not aware of. But yeah, and if that is bent and they straighten this up, this piece is attached to the frame, so it might be a little bit off. So all that has to be measured with the body manual, which I found in the internet. So, but you can see here, I mean, it's possible that these things are bent. It's possible. The car drives straight and doesn't have alignment issues, or nothing that I have seen. This is something, I don't know what that is, but it's kind of dirty. But the rest of the frame seems to be fine, and even where they did the repair, this area here, sorry, I'm terrible with this. I'm on the car, so this area here where I'm lighting there, that area seems fine. It's not wrinkled, so it's and around here this is all seems to be straight, and of course this piece here is bolted on, and I think that all these pieces on the front, this piece I think is bent, but they didn't replace it, so that I'm going to have to look at it. But for example, this is the rad support in the bottom, and this piece you can tell this piece is fine. This is straight, it's not bent or anything. So it's kind of weird. It's like it got stuck under a semi. So but why the frame has that weld, I don't know if someone else had a repair done. It's possible, like the previous owner before this other guy. It's possible. But the repair on the top was done by this person, and it's really bad. So yeah, so all you see here, that seems to be fine. So I'm going to try to source this area here, these pieces. I might actually have to buy a whole clip from this side, and then once I measure, then I can replace the pieces I need. Basically, that's I think that the course of action. I'm not going to do it now because why? Because the car looks fine, and I really want to have the engine in perfect condition, electrical in perfect condition, before I do anything to the body, because the body takes the longest, and I don't really want to touch it. This car was repainted. The color of the bumpers and the original paint are not quite the same, so I might actually repaint the bumpers so that they look the same. But body wise, I'm not going to touch it right now. But I want to source the pieces because I know it takes a really long time to source them, and so that when it gets to the point that I want to do the repair, then I do it once and I repaint the engine bay and all that. But really, I want to have this car in perfect running condition before I do anything, so that once that job is done, it might take me 2 years to finish it, because I'm a weekend warrior. I can't do anything during the week. I have a regular job, so and I need to learn how to weld aluminum and all that, and so it will take me practice to get to a point where I can actually feel comfortable and do it myself. I have a welder, I have a oxyacetylene kit to heat up the aluminum and all that kind of stuff, and I have my MIG welder with a spool gun, and I can get a take to not buy one, but like my friend has one, so he can lend me his welder and try a few pieces before I even tackle this. But first of all is sourcing the parts. I will be measuring the frame at some point, so I'm going to take out the bumper and all the front basically, and I will be measuring all based on the manual, and so that I have an idea of what's going on. But for what I can say, I can tell this side is fine structurally. I find it structurally is fine, but the repairs were not done properly. So we basically have to bring this side forward 1/2 inch to be like in spec, due to the accident and the bent pieces, which I'm surprised that they didn't replace. It's just, you know, there is the bumper is attached here. The bumper, no, the rat support. Let me open this up. Sorry, one hand is hard. So this piece here, you can tell, you know, that piece is actually a bolted piece on the frame rail. Well, why you just didn't replace it instead of putting the holes there for the rat support? It's just for the bumper. It's crazy. Like, I saw this and I was like, what? And that side has shims on it. you can see the shims under there. So yeah, so these pieces will have to be replaced for sure, and the rat supports, this rat support piece too, which I'm hoping to find one that it was not crashed. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting project, but I don't want to tackle that right now. I want to have everything running perfectly. And the next thing for me is the ABS pump, which I bought the seals, got them today, and I will be, you know, replacing the seals and doing the rebuild based on the manual that is in out there. So anyhow, that's the update for now. The other thing I'm doing is measuring coils, and it looks like the coils are out of spec, so I might actually get new coils. So yeah, so that's for now, and see you guys later. Stay safe. Bye.